What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Wednesday, meaning we have to talk about Secret Invasion. I want to thank y'all first and foremost for being here. I do apologize for the tardiness. There is a tornado watch happening right now. I had to make sure the fam was safe because the wife and kids are out right now, and I wanted to make sure that was good before I got on here talking about something. What's up? Hey, what's going on? Nah, I got to make sure everybody's cool first. But I did check in. Everybody's all good. So, what's up? How are y'all doing? Hey, I am E-Man from E-Man's Movie Reviews. For those of y'all that are new joining us today, thank you again for taking the time to join. Really appreciate it. Just in case you have no idea what you're about to get into, we are about to go over episodes 3 and 4 for Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. So if you have not watched either one of those episodes, you're gonna have to go on somewhere. Go on, watch the episode, come on back, watch it on the replay. Shout out to the replay gang. Because we are about to talk about it, break it down, go through all the episode, give our reactions, give our reviews. So that's your spoiler alert. But if you don't care about spoilers, and if you have just watched the episodes, then you are in the right place for sure. So before we get started, let's see who is in the building with us tonight and give some quick shout outs. Rims. Okay, Rims, good to see you, homie. Man, it has been a while. Thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate it. Y'all already know the deal with the Mod Squad. You get those likes up. And go ahead, by the way, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you subscribe, I'm going to give you a whole deal. All you got to do for free 99, okay, you can subscribe to this channel, and you too can be a part of the eFam. Join one of the livest chats on the entire YouTube planet. And yes, because that's the only way you can actually leave a comment is if you actually subscribe to the channel. So if you enjoy this content, if you've liked stuff in the past and you see me pop up on the feed sometimes, just go ahead and subscribe. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. I really appreciate it too. So Rims, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Yolanda, good to see you as always. Thank you so much for being here too. My man Stamina, all the way from across the pond in London. Thank you so much for being here. Last of my kin, what is going on? Always a pleasure to have you here. Leandra, hello. Good to see you. Listen, we're going to get to it. We're gonna hurry up and get to it. Trust and believe. Samantha, how you doing? Good to see you. Pamela, always a pleasure to have you here. Kimmy, hello. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. My man Nelson V is back in action. Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much. Rizzo, good to see you as well. Thank you so much. What's going on, Tyra? How are you doing? We got the homie Zia Latrice. Hello, ma'am. Good to see you too. We got another homie back to back. Love to see it with Rhonda. Good to see you, ma'am. Trees, how are you? Good to see you. My man Andre is back. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Toby, hello. Good to see you. Alib, hello. How are you? Thank you for repping the Mod Squad as well. Davis, what's going on? Good to see you too. Come on now. We got the staple, Ms. Harper. Always a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Always good to see all the Mod Squad in the building. Come through, Shar. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Another Mod Squad with Kristen Pratt. Hello, ma'am. Good to see you too. Thank you for being here and holding it down. Who else I saw? Let's see. Fighting Evil. What's going on? Bless up all day. How are you? Who else? I'm scrolling. I'm going. Let's see. My man Corey is here. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. There we go. My man Terrence is back. Always a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for holding it down and being here. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. I saw Raymond. What's going on? Good to see you again. My man Cal Payne, what is up? Thank you so much. SJ Evans, how you doing, ma'am? Good to see you. Gary, good to see you as well. Kazumu, hello. Good to see you. Come through. We got the homie T-Ville. Hello. Nerdy Nurse, what is up? I like that, Nerdy Nurse. That's funny. What is going on? My man Derek Gaines is back in the building. Good to see you, brother. We got Jason Wilcox. Hello, sir. Good to see you too. Christy, always a pleasure. Thank you for coming through. Let's see who else. Jagger, what is going on? CJ, my man, what is up? Just Rashawn, what is going on? Frank, how you doing? D Brown, hello. Poor man, how you doing? My man Theo, hello, hello. Let's see, Johnny Washington back in business. Good to see you. Carmike, what is up? How are you? Shout out to everyone that has made it out tonight. I really, really appreciate y'all coming through in the clutch like this. We got our first comment tonight. Who we got? Yolanda, feel myself beloved on the earth. I felt that, yo, the poetry was on point. I'm not gonna lie, the poetry was on point. They got me as well. There was some vibes, there was some real strong vibes in episode 4. But since I did, and thank you again, Yolanda, I appreciate you. Since I was absent for uh last week, I was on vacation. So that's why I was not available. I do need to go through episode 3 real quick just so we can kind of catch up. I know we want to talk about episode 4. Trust and believe, we will do that. But let's kind of go through episode 3, then we will, give our thoughts on that, and then we'll move on to episode 4. So we're gonna do a double review and reaction here today. So first off, let's see, what do we have here? We got Beto, who's signing up for a major mission to impersonate some Royal Navy officers. We also see Gravik here meeting up with a lot of the top officials of these Skrulls that have pretty much already infiltrated a lot of the higher ranks of politics, media, etc. And he's also just basically coming out with it. He's like, yo, we got to make us some super Skrulls, and just like we kind of assumed that they were doing, they basically was like, yeah, that's what we doing. And let me just say thank you. I am so glad that they are not dragging that point out and trying to make it like some big super, surprise or whatever. Like, yo, it was obvious from the jump. It was something that, we could see a mile away. So I'm glad that they didn't sit here and milk it. My man just came out and was like, yeah, super Skrulls. Yep, that's the plan. We look, all steam ahead, like full steam ahead. That's what we doing. I was very happy with that. So I'm glad they got that out the way. But as we saw here, that they were going ahead to impersonate different officers. And they really are, they have the plans to again start like this military war, especially between the United States and Russia. And they need this to happen. Like I mentioned before, if they get a nuclear war going, especially with America and Russia, yo, that's damn near the end of civilization. Like the world is going to be blown up. It's going to be radiation everywhere. And while humans are going to have the most difficulty living, it's going to be easy living for the Skrulls because they can live and they're immune to the radioactivity. So this is all going according to their plan so far. Then we go back to 1998, and this is where we see Fury meeting up with Priscilla, the Skrull that we know later on ends up becoming his wife, and she's giving him intel on Dreykov. And if y'all recall, Dreykov is the bad guy from Black Widow. He was the one that was running the whole Black Widow situation. He was also the father of the Taskmaster that we did end up getting. And like Fury was like, hold on now, like the rules, like we can't be violating them. We got rules and regulations. And she was like, look, I don't care about them rules. I don't work for you. And he was like, oh, bingo, loophole. Operation Green Cheeks is full go. Let's go. He accepted that mission with no qualms at all. So now we fast forward to the present. And of course, we see one of the Skrulls is a cable news anchor. And look, I'm not going to say the obvious. I'm pretty sure y'all probably have your own assumptions who and what they are making fun of. But you already know at this point that when it comes to cable news, they just here to sow up discord and to keep people on the edge and all that. But I think that this scene right here was probably one of the better scenes. No, I'm sorry, not this one yet. But I do like where they were going here because this is where she really starts to talk about Fury's absence while he was gone during the blip, and he was like, look, I was retired, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm good, I'm done. And he asked her, he was like, look, have you been in touch with Gravik lately? And she was like, look, don't ask me no stupid questions, and even though he wants to know what was going on with her during the break, she said that she went back to being herself, before he met her, and just kept dipping in and out of her life. And even though she knew that was part of the game, she understood that was part of the job. What hurt her the most was the fact that when he did come back, he just went straight to space. He didn't even come home for like 5 years. And that was, that really messed her up, especially when she thought that he was dead and so on and so forth. So, for them to have that real conversation, I thought was pretty dope. And to really get to the nooks and crannies of their relationship and how it works, and then of course she gets this mysterious call, and of course Fury is definitely suspect of all of that. And you know what? I just thought that this was a little too obvious, like who you getting the call from, what is going on. I just thought they could have played this off a little bit better. Maybe Fury could have walked out the room and then she had the call and he could have, suspected it then, but whatever. Like I thought they just did that a little too plainly for my taste. Then we fast forward to Gravik, and he's very suspicious because right now he's like, yo, that other Skrull that was getting tortured gave up some information a little too easily, and it was information that he didn't know. So he's real suspect of Gaia right now. And she was like, yo, if it was me, I would have straight up lied, if I was under the gun. And Gravik was like, oh, all right, bet, cool, good to know. So, as they head out, they got a little mission to go to. And he says that, like, yo, daddy said that he want to parlay and we gonna talk about you, So he gets this call during this ride, and he just so happens to give some very specific details about the upcoming military strike that's being planned. And of course, she's the only one that has this direct information. And what does she do? She immediately gets to snitching, and she puts the information on her burner phone. Once again, this gets way too obvious. I mean, come on now. Like, even I'm just saying it was obvious even for her. You couldn't tell that, like, this information after this dude he literally just told you that he was suspect, that he thought you could be a part of this, and you just gonna be like, all right, cool. Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and snitch right now. You couldn't have played it a little bit cool, just a little bit longer. Whew. Anyway, like I said, this was a little too obvious for me, but maybe she did. Maybe this was part of her plan. I don't know. Maybe this was part of it. Who knows? But anyway, Gravik meets up with Talos, and he apparently, even though they're having this conversation, apparently, Gravik really likes a lot of sugar in his cup with a shot of espresso. But Talos is straight up. He's like, yo, stop killing humans. You don't need to do it. Just chill out with all of that. Like let's find another way. And Gravik goes ahead and taunts him about his daughter, Gaia, and was like, yo, so I get to keep your daughter, right? And yeah, that's a no-no. Talos loses it. He's like, yo, we finna go at it. If you do this, you got to keep my daughter's name out your mouth. And my man is even stabbing him, in the process. But of course, we get this classic scene right here where Gravik is like, yo, like, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could pop off if you want to, but I'm here for this if you want the smoke for real. And by the way, I thought this was actually kind of interesting that, like, they do show that the Skrulls do bleed. I apologize. I forgot who brought this up last time, but someone had mentioned, like, if you make them bleed, would that be a good way to tell whether someone's a Skrull or not? But apparently that doesn't really matter, or at least I guess the blood stays the same for now. But one thing that was brought up during the conversation, Talos was like, yo, don't underestimate humans because you don't know what they can do when their backs are against the wall. And this kind of brings up, like what happened during the Avengers in 2012, where like, hey, they lost Coulson and everybody came together and they stood up to, a whole alien force, and Talos really does believe that people are going to see the difference between good Skrulls and bad Skrulls. Now, before I get to some of y'all comments, let me just say, Gravik was basically saying that, like, yo, humans are savages, that they gonna kill each other anyway, and all they know is war. Well, he's not wrong, but he is kind of wrong too, And Talos was like, man, you don't know humans. When they backs on the wall against the wall, they gonna fight back. You are right. He was right, but he also went and said that, like, oh, they gonna be able to see the difference between us good Skrulls and the bad Skrulls. Time out, bruh. Nah, that's just wrong. And let me just kind of bring us back. Do y'all remember a little thing? It's not even little, called 9/11. When 9/11 happened, do y'all remember what happened at that time? I'm talking about in society, in American society. When 9/11 happened, man, people done forgot racism. People forgot sexism. Yo, we was all one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everybody was all good. Why? Because we had a common enemy. And here was the problem. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. There was a lot of anti-Muslim, anti-Islam, anti-Middle Eastern sentiment that was going on. I'm not saying it was everybody, but that feeling of not trusting, Middle Eastern people or Muslim people was very prevalent. Matter of fact, we just had a taste of that, and it was talked about during Ms. Marvel, where you had, these U.S. agencies using the Muslim or, Islamic folks just to infiltrate their own people because of that distrust that was happening. So Talos having this pie in the sky idea that humans are just gonna automatically be like, oh, so y'all the good Skrulls and y'all the bad Skrulls. Oh, okay, y'all good Skrulls can come. No, that's not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. And clearly, Talos don't know nothing about humans. Just like when Fury snapped off on him and was like, "Yo, there are a million of y'all out here, and humans can't even get along with themselves. Oh, we gonna come together, all right." But I guarantee you, they're gonna come together against any and all Skrulls. You're gonna see discrimination, segregation, all of the defaults are gonna happen out of nowhere. So, the whole idea that Talos has that humans are just gonna be so great and so kind or whatever, that's some pie in the sky type of stuff. But anyway, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I thought it was just interesting that they brought up these two different ideas, that like humans were like just savages and warlike, which is kind of true. And then, oh, well, we put our backs against the wall and we fight. Well, yeah, that's also true. But man, it's just messy on either side. But let me get to this comment real quick. Lady M, hey, E-Man and E-Fam, missed y'all. Gaia should have trained with the widows. I agree. Gaia would have been a dope Black Widow, probably a little too good if you ask me. But right now, I definitely like the fact that she is earning her keep right now. And I think we'll get to it in a second, but I definitely like where they're going with her character. All right, so let's where do we leave off here? So not only did we see my man get shanked in the hand, but we now have confirmation that yes, Gravik has the extremis compound in him. And he pretty much at this point is a super Skrull. So everything that they were working on before, we see that basically he has that already. He's already gone through the experiments on himself, and he is now a legitimate threat. Okay, he is a problem, and that is going to be a really curious thing as to how are they going to deal with him. And we don't even know if like others are like this. We don't know if Gravik is like the only one that's gone through the test, or if others have done it as well. Is there an army of Super Skrulls? Either way, the fact that you have somebody that is already superpowered compared to humans, but now he has this ability, which in a sense probably makes him immortal, or at least is going to make him live for a long time. This is a real problem. Anyway, so Talos leaves off the meeting. He bumps into an old man, but it seems like this old man who hands him this burner phone is actually Gaia in disguise. And when Gravik comes out to try and just see what's going on, as you can see straight ahead, Gaia had already turned into herself. And if you look just a little bit to the right, like right in front of Gravik's face, you can see the old man that she was pretending to be right there in the background. So Gaia was slick with it. She was very, very slick with it, to pull that nice little switcheroo on him. And look, I just think that that's actually kind of interesting that, even Skrulls can be fooled at the same time, as well. So I just like that component, that they're not infallible, or, that they also can be tricked even with their own selves. Now we fast forward to this sorry, disgusting looking English breakfast. Now, okay, I got to pause for a second. Where's my man Stamina? Stamina MC, bro, I need you to help me out. I need you to please tell me this is not y'all standard breakfast across the pond. Please tell me, bro, tell me that this ain't what y'all really be eating out there, because I will leave London so fast if y'all don't give me a straight up omelet with all the fixings. Where the pancakes at? What a French toast? Bro, where are the waffles? Don't tell me y'all got that burnt toast and a whole tomato. Why y'all got a whole tomato? Y'all couldn't dice them suckers up? Just dice them up. What is them things in the corner? Is it mushrooms or something? Y'all, what? Hold on. Let me get this out of here so we can see all of this. What, a couple slices of a ham? That's it? Just a couple slices? Bro, help me. Help me. Where the sausage at? Where the bacon at? Y'all don't have that over there? No. Stamina, where are you, bro? Stamina, help me out, bro. Say it ain't so, bro. Come on, man. This looks very uninspiring. This looks very, very uninspiring. Listen. I'm not gonna put y'all country to shame. All I'm saying is y'all done conquered a whole lot. Okay, y'all Londoners, y'all conquered a whole lot, and y'all ain't conquered no flavor. All them countries and colonies, and y'all ain't conquered no flavor nowhere. Bruh, hold on. Let me get my man Stamina in here, because I don't want to put y'all there. Let me just see what you got. Haha, if you're in a pub, that might be it. Go to an actual cafe or diner. You will do a lot better. Pub patrons like it simple. Okay. Okay. Bro, I'm just messing with you too. I'm just messing with you, but man, bro, y'all better open up an international house of pancakes. International IHOP. Something. My God. Whew, man, that was uninspiring. Oh man, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. But thank you so much. I appreciate you giving us the inside scoop on that, man. Thank you for that. Woo, this made me not hungry, though. I ain't gonna lie. All right, now, anyway, we move on. And Talos called out Nick Fury for ordering him around and made him say, "Help me, Talos, because I'm useless without you." And Fury actually did it. He actually did it and actually did this. Now, listen, I heard a lot of people hit me up and people were asking, like, yo, was this humiliating? Was it deconstructing the character of Nick Fury? I think to a degree it does. Now, I do think that this was a little extreme, okay? To have Talos basically make Nick Fury beg him for help and all that. I do think that the way they did it was a little humiliating for this character. Now, on the flip side, we have to also understand, while I didn't like it, okay, I did not like it, these two are like brothers at this point, okay? So I understand why that's working for them, okay? Now, if this was Nick Fury and Rhodey, nah, bro, we not finna play that game. That's not cool. But these two are like brothers. And to me, it's not that big of a deal because they have that unique relationship where Fury can cuss out Talos and Talos can drag Fury. So to me, I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm going to put my hands up. Whenever I see best friends, siblings, family fighting, I'm like, that's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Like that's beyond me. So I think that for me, I know some people want to feel like this was a major hit for Fury, but I was like, yo, that's between them and 30 years of friendship. That's 30 years of them fighting together, working together. So it did not bother me as much as I understand it might have bothered other people. So I leave that alone. That's on them. Let me grab these comments real quick. Michael, what you got? England still eating like it's World War II. Listen, I didn't see not one bottle of hot sauce. Listen, that's the one thing I was looking for was like, where the hot sauce at? I ain't see no bottles of hot sauce. I'm gonna need some hot sauce at least. But yes, Michael, you on point with that. Thank you. Alib, E-Man, grilled tomato, you can do black pudding. Black pudding. I can mess with a tomato. Don't get me wrong. You're right. I can mess with a tomato, but I don't like it in big chunks like that. I'm gonna need my tomatoes sliced up, mixed up. Like if you gonna give me a big tomato, put it on a sandwich, at least. But half a tomato, just eating the whole. It's not for me. It's not for me. If that's what other people like, that's cool. I ain't gonna knock it. That's fine. I just can't do it myself. Anyway. Okay. So so we get to this point where Talos does end up giving Fury the information that Gaia passed on to her. We move on, and Fury goes ahead and puts a call into Sonya. And Sonya revealed that she knew about Fury's little eye cam, and she also had a leak that gave up her butcher shop torture and stuff. So that is something that she's working on. So she is fully aware of the Skrulls and all the stuff that they've been up to as well. But she did end up giving Fury the address of the naval officer that is potentially going to be doing this military strike. We fast forward and we see Talos and Fury, and they're driving and they're talking about like this whole relationship between a dog and a man, and like how this is just so weird, especially to Talos. And Fury was like, man, I've been cleaning up your mess for years as well. Just all that Skrull poop. I've been doing that. And Talos was like, hold on, man. Hold on. Let me put you on game real quick. You was a whole bench warmer, okay, until the Skrulls came and helped you get out of that dirt. And he called him smart and capable. He did say that. But he was like, look, don't you come in here trying to lie. Don't come in here trying to make up stories, acting like you did this all by yourself, and don't be trying to rewrite history, okay? And you know what? Again, I understand how some people might look at that and be like, yo, this takes away some of the mystique and intrigue from Fury, but I don't think it does. I think that it's just being real. And again, Talos is not here to drag Fury for no reason. Once again, they're like brothers. At the end of the day, he's just like, yo, just give us our credit, okay? Don't act like, because when you call us, we help you, okay? Don't be acting as though you did us some big favor and we just sat by eating bonbons all day. Them Skrulls, they put their lives on the line. They've been working undercover. They've been doing things for 30 years, and this was a mutual agreement, and a mutually beneficial situation. So I don't think this is a case of Talos dragging Nick Fury just to deconstruct the character or anything like that. He's just saying, like, bruh, just give us our praise too. Okay. We know you, LeBron James. We know that. But we out here, D Wade, and we Ray Allen, and we Chris Bosh, we made them shots too. Okay. So you could be LeBron. You could be the franchise player. But let's not act like we wasn't Kyrie hitting that last minute shot at the same time. You needed us just like we needed you. So that's all that was. And I like the fact that, that they kind of they're adding this element, which I'm going to add to this a little bit later. But they're just kind of saying, at least for the MCU mythos, that the Skrulls have been a very, very big reason why Shield has been so effective for so long. Because let's be honest, you could have all the most advanced technology in the world, but that doesn't mean that you're always going to have all the information or be one step ahead. These Skrulls, when you have a literal shapeshifter, an army of shapeshifters that can go infiltrate people, mimic people, get information like that, that is a huge advantage. Okay, that's huge advantage there. So that right there I thought was interesting. Matter of fact, we could just talk about it right now. The one thing that I will say is that, like, what Talos mentioned was that, like, yes, Fury is smart and capable. And I think that, again, while this does not deconstruct Fury per se, I think it actually amplifies Fury at the same time, because just because you have these resources, just because you have these tools at your disposal with these Skrulls and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that everyone is going to know how to use them. You can have all the chess pieces, but if you don't know how to make the right moves at the right time, you're still going to lose. So I like the fact that, like, yes, the Skrulls have been very important, but I don't think it actually takes anything away from Nick Fury, because he still had to know how to make the right moves. And yes, it did help him elevate and rise up the ranks. But at the same time, that wouldn't be the case for just anybody. So in the same sense, I think that, like, while the Skrulls definitely showed how valuable and important they were for Nick Fury still showed why he is still the man, and he was still able to use them sources to his best abilities, and of course to help solidify Shield and build everything up. So I thought that was a really, really good thing for both of them once again. So again, we go ahead, we move on. We see Talos is already changed into the other officer that is supposed to call the strike or whatnot. And as they go on, Nick Fury captures Zachary, who is the son. Mainly because Talos got himself captured as well. There's like a standoff, but of course, he gives up Talos because he doesn't want his son to be killed here. This general is clearly a Skrull as well. And meanwhile, on the sub, we see here the two Skrulls are like talking. But Beto, who turned to here, he as the naval officer, he's very nervous about this, because just randomly killing a bunch of people, everybody ain't built for stuff like that, but he is very, very nervous about this either way. Right now we see that Talos actually went ahead and killed this other Skrull as time was ticking. And a lot of this was also because this officer or this general, whatever, he once again he broke the number one rule. He brought up Gaia. He should have kept his daughter's name out his mouth, but he brought up Gaia, and that was enough for Talos. And I think that, like, that right there is a major shift in Talos's character. And it shows, because if y'all recall in episode 1 or 2, we saw how reluctant Talos was in killing other Skrulls. Keep in mind, these are Skrulls that he came with, that he knows, that he worked with. He was part of the council. He was with them because they shared the common goal of wanting to find a home. But of course, they parted ways because Talos was like, yo, y'all getting a little too extreme. Y'all killing humans and stuff. That's not okay. And, he doesn't want to actually kill them. But the fact that, like, he did this move right here, if this does not show you, I mean, he's going to show us more later, but this was a major shift to show us just how much Talos really does mean what he says when he talks about caring about the humans. He's willing to kill his own people, and that is huge. I cannot express to y'all how major that really is for his character. But anyway, so once he does this, he goes on and calls up Gaia, and he's like, yo, I need this password for the launch codes. And he tells her to go ahead and get them. And Gaia's already set off. She gets rid of these guards and finds the actual officer's memories of the naval officer. And as she's going through it, she finds out the password. She calls up her dad, and he was able to go ahead and give the actual command in the officer's voice to call off the whole mission. And of course, we see that the mission was aborted. Now, I don't know if y'all caught this, but while Gaia was down there, before she left, y'all saw here, they showed real quick that was Dr. Dalton. So this is the doctor that basically has all the information, all the memories about the Super Skrull and the genetics and all of that stuff. Now, again, I don't think most of us really recognize this at that time. Obviously, now that we've seen episode 4, we know why this is so important. But I just wanted to point out the fact that they did actually show us real fast that, something happened here. And the doctor was there. So if y'all had noticed that, kudos to y'all. If y'all didn't, don't feel bad. No, I don't think a lot of people really recognize that. But now Talos calls off the strike. And Fury asked him straight up. He was like, yo, why didn't you just go with Gravik and be on his side? And Talos says straight up, he tells him the real deal that when it comes to loving humanity, he's on Team Fury, and that was it. And like I said, he already proved that. He was like, yo, after 30 years, you gonna ask me this question? After all this stuff I done did, like, you really asking me this question? He's killing Skrulls and doing things that he doesn't really like, but he's doing it for the greater good. Anyway, so we see here that Gaia tries to escape, but Gravik ends up finding her. And like, yo, she's like, yo, I ain't finna turn around. You gonna have to do what you gotta do, and you gonna have to look at me. He was like, all right, cool, boom, bam, boom, boom, boom. She dead. And that was it. Like, he shot her right there. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw this, because I was on the plane to Mexico at this time, I saw this, I was like, dang, no, guy. Listen, they got me, especially when they showed the fact that she turned, she turned the skin color and all that stuff. Like, I was like, no, Gaia done. That was it. And at first I was like, I was in shock. I was like, yo, this show right here, they taking risks. They taking risks, because if they really was killing folks, and I was hoping that she stayed dead. Obviously, you've seen episode 4, so we know she not. But at that time, I was like, yo, Emilia Clarke, they just came and went like that? Okay, Marvel. I was like, yo, Marvel, y'all not playing. Y'all getting these big names and y'all faking us out, making them think they gonna stay. I thought we was getting something genuine. Now, obviously not the case, but at that time last week, I was like, yo, this was something. Then we fast forward and we see Priscilla at the house. She gets a call. She goes back to the bank. She goes and gets her Glock or whatnot. And she gets a message basically saying to meet up. And the one thing I did not like about this at all was the fact that they made no effort at all to hide that this was Rhodey on the phone. Listen, I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I tried to think to myself, like, oh, maybe Rhodey does know about Skrulls. Maybe he was lying to Nick Fury when he said like, oh yeah, I went to a meeting, but I don't believe in them Skrulls. But knowing what we know now, I'm like, y'all cheapened this reveal with this phone call. Like, y'all could have made it more mysterious. Y'all could have been like, well, who is she working with? Is she talking to Gravik? Is she talking to somebody else? Is she still working with Nick Fury? Like, what is going on? But the fact that y'all just let it be Rhodey on the phone, I thought that was kind of cheap. I didn't like it. I thought that was a missed opportunity to make the reveal more impactful, because right now, like, how many of y'all were already thinking based off of the last conversation Rhodey and Nick had that Rhodey was a Skrull? Like, he was giving major Skrull vibes already. So anyway, I thought that was a missed opportunity in itself. But anyway, this is hold on, let me grab this comment real quick. Rims, thank you so much. EFAM, we in here. Let's slide on down to the like button for a dap and then dance over to the subscriber button to join this chat. Yes, Aleve needs to be stopped with her Subway chocolate chip self. What is she doing with them? Listen, let me tell you something. I'm trying to watch my figure. But them cookies at Subway are a legit problem. They are a problem. I'm an oatmeal kind of guy. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. There's this one combination I do, and I love this combination. You take the chocolate chip Subway cookie. See, now y'all got me hungry. And you take the peanut butter cookie at Subway. You put them suckers together and you eat it like a sandwich. Woo! Yes, I'm having a fat boy moment right now. But damn it, when I tell you that stuff is delicious. Oh, y'all go try that and let me know how it works. Woo, I'll be doing that all the time, boy. And then I have the oatmeal on the side because you can't mix it all together. But you take that chocolate chip and you put the peanut butter together. You got to, matter of fact, since we in London right now, you put the pinkies up. Just, love it, love it, love it. Anywho, thank you so much, Rims. I appreciate your contribution and your support. I really, really do. All right, so guys, that was episode 3. Now is the time where y'all let me know, how did you feel about episode 3? What is the rating that you are giving to it on a scale from 1 to 10? While y'all talk about it, let me go ahead and think about it a little bit more. I did not like the Rhodey reveal. I thought it was a little lazy. Definitely a missed opportunity. I like the writing. I do like the writing that's going on here. I like the dialogue, between Nick and Priscilla. I like the fact that we got some real espionage stuff going on, with like the mole and Gravik and all of that. So I think I'm gonna give this episode, I think I'm gonna give it an 8. I think I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I like where they were going with this, and I like the tension that they were getting. Now, I wouldn't say this was the best episode, but I do think that they had more hits than misses. So I'm gonna give it an 8. Okay, but let's see where y'all are at with it. Let's see. We got a 7.5. Okay, strong 7. Okay, 7.5. 7. 8. Okay, 8. 7. 10. Okay, 7. 7. 8. 8. 7.5. 7.9. Okay, 7. 7. 7.5. Dang, 5.2. It was that bad, bro. Okay. 7. 7. 6.765. Okay, 6. Okay. Let's see, 7.5, 10, 7.97, 8, 10, 8, 8, 7.5. Okay, leave. You can't be giving all these multiples. 8.5. Okay, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8.5, 8, 8.5, 8. Okay, cool. So I think overall we like this episode, and I think that it was definitely more of a hit than it was a miss. So I'm very fine with that. That works for me. All right, so now let's move on over to episode 4. Whoo! Yo, yo, yo. This episode right here, let me tell you something. After episode 3, I was really sitting here thinking to myself, like, you know what? We at the halfway mark, and I like where we going. I didn't feel that level of unfulfillment. Y'all know, and we've talked about this. Y'all know that, like, usually by the time we get to the halfway mark to some of these Disney Plus shows, usually we can get a feel of whether or not it's going to finish strong or not. After episode 3, I was like, you know what? I feel like we on a good pace. After episode 4, I was like, yo, it can only go downhill from now. Like, if y'all got 2 more fire episodes after this, because I believe it's only 6 episodes, this could be, and I did say this earlier when I made my little tweet or whatever. If these next after this, I know we jumping ahead, but if the 2 episodes after this, if they don't miss, and I'm talking about like if they are 8 and above, this could be one of the best series for Marvel so far. This had the potential. They still got to finish strong. But man, this episode was not playing no games. So let me go ahead and let's start talking about the episode, because there was a lot to talk about and some good stuff in here. So first off, we start off no business, straight up Gaia. We see here, like I mentioned before, we saw that quick shot of the doctor, and it looks like she went ahead and got the doctor's memories here of Dr. Dalton. And we see here that she had the extremis situation going on. She had already gone through the machine and gave herself those powers, and then boop, here she is. She rose up like the Undertaker, and look, the first thing I was thinking of was Jurassic Park. Clever girl, because man, that was some quick thinking. Okay, and I think that what this shows, first of all, if that was me, I would have been dead. Okay, I would have been dead. I would have snitched. I would have ran away, and I would have been dead. No way I would have thought of, hey, let me go get the memories of the doctor. Let me go turn myself into a super Skrull just in case, because I might die or something. No way I would have thought of none of that. I might have taken a bulletproof vest, maybe, but yo, that was really good. I like that little twist that they put in there. But the one thing I think that this proves, or I guess what this might suggest, is that Emilia Clarke is going to be here for a minute. Like, she is clearly going to be around because now she got the extremis in her, so again, how do you kill somebody with the extremis? Now, unless they blow up or something, I don't know how it's going to work, because at the end of Iron Man 3, Tony Stark did kind of sort of perfect it. And we don't know what other properties this has. I think the last time we saw extremis was in Shang-Chi, where some random dude was fighting along with it. So are they using like the perfected version? I don't really know. But right now it does seem to be at least the better version of extremis, because it doesn't seem like anyone is burning up and blowing up. But again, how you gonna kill somebody with this extremis stuff? Like, what do you do? But either way, I think that she's gonna be around for a long time. And it looks like Marvel did make a solid investment in her by having her character be here. But anyway, we go back into the past. We're going to Paris, and this is where we see Priscilla and Nick Fury having a little dinner date. And while they sitting here talking and discussing some of their favorite poems, I think this is probably where she really started to fall in love with Nick Fury, because as she kind of alluded to, he was willing to put it all on the line to protect his home planet, Earth. And again, this means a lot when it comes to having a home. This is a huge part of the Skrull culture. They have constantly been a nomadic type of species where they have to go from place to place. They don't have their own planet. So they long for the ability to just have a home. I mean, it's literally so serious that you have Gravik turning on the entire human race. Why? Because they want a home. Like, it's that bad. It means that much to them. And of course, we get the setup here with the poem about how she wants to feel beloved, And I thought that, like, it wasn't just the fact that, like, she wants to feel loved. It was the fact that she wanted to be loved while here on Earth. Like, she wanted, I think, that sense of belonging, because it's one thing to kind of be like, all right, you a visitor, you just here. But it's another thing to be like, nah, you here and you're loved, and you're welcome. Like, that's a huge type of sense of comfort that I think that they were really looking for. And again, this is where we see them really bonding, for sure. But now we fast forward to the present with the very anticlimactic reveal. And we see, and it wasn't much of a reveal, but we see Rhodey meeting up with Priscilla. Um, and from what I could gather in this conversation, or Scrolly, I don't know what are we calling him, Scrolly, or Scrody or whatever. He doesn't actually know that she's married to Fury at this point. Or maybe I don't know. Did he know? I don't think he does know everything, or maybe they do know. God, now I forget. Y'all let me know. Does he actually know that she's married to Fury, or does he think that she's just kind of like familiar with him? I don't know exactly, but either way, um, you know, whatever it is, he basically gave her the order that, like, yo, Fury's got to go. You got to kill him. And that's where we find out Fury was listening in all along. And this is what I've been talking about. Fury is still that guy. Okay. What did he tell, evil Scrody? He was like, yo, even when I'm out, I'm still in, sucker. Okay. So, like, I love the fact that we got this, because once again, this still shows how capable Nick Fury really is. Now, the other thing here is Priscilla didn't know that Fury was listening in on this conversation. So that really, that's a whole different level of distrust in their relationship that they probably gonna have to go to family counseling, marriage counseling about in the future. But one thing that was also displayed here was that she also was kind of sort of still defending, Nick Fury. She was kind of saying, like, yo, he is broken. We don't need to kill him, and in a sense, she's still trying to protect him, even though she's, like, I guess, a double, triple agent or whatever. But she's also laying down some truth bombs. She was like, yo, ever since this man came back from the blip, he tired, he's old, he broken, he exhausted, and this is the consequence of being nosy. Now you hearing all these truths, and boy, these things was hitting home. You could tell from Nick Fury's face, he was hurt. He was hurt. He was like, damn, man, you ain't have to lay it down like that, and she was not wrong, but yo, Scrody did not care. He was like, look, you can do what you think you gonna do, but you ain't, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Okay, one way or another, one of y'all finna die. Okay, because we ain't playing this. Okay, and I love the fact that my man had to throw in a couple of wrestling terms in there, throwing in the Undertaker. Shout out to the Undertaker, to the dead man. But yo, this I thought was like classic espionage. This is the type of stuff that I expect from a Nick Fury, to the point where, like, now this is how he stays one step ahead of all of his enemies. But moving forward, we see Gravik And he's over here saying that, like, yo, I already took care of that mole. The mole was Gaia. But they're also planning their attack, that is coming up, and they want to make sure that it looks like the Russians are the ones that did this. Now, once again, this is just going into their master plan of creating this friction between the countries to make the US and Russia go to war with one another. As for Gaia, as we know, she is alive, but she met up with her daddy Talos. And, I don't know if she was shocked that Gravik actually shot her, but, let's not forget, Talos did say, like, yo mama died, and you need to go talk to Gravik and them people about what happened to her. So now some of that truth might be kind of settling in for her, and she's starting to realize, like, what's really going on. But at the same time, even though she clearly don't trust Gravik no more, clearly she's siding with her dad to an extent, she's like, yo, I want you to find our people a home, because once again, this is what is important to this alien race. They want a home. And, she was like, what's your plan? What do you want to do? I left Gravik. I'm here with you. What do you want us to do? And he was like, all right, look, this what finna happen, right? We gonna take down Gravik and this insurgents, and we gonna go to the president, and we gonna bargain with them, and we gonna be like, hey, yo, president, what had happened was there was some bad Skrulls, right? But we stopped them, and everything is cool. We saved the world. So you gonna let us have a home, right? I already told y'all what happened with 9/11. Imagine if you had some Middle Eastern, some Muslim folks, and they came through and was like, yo, we got bin Laden for y'all. We good, right? Y'all know good and well. Y'all know good and well. I don't care who's president. I don't care who was president. Bush, Obama, Clinton, whoever was president. Y'all not finna get nothing from the US like that. They're gonna be like, oh, you saved us. Oh, okay, thank you. Yo, put a security detail on my man right now. Okay, y'all got his house bugged, right? All right, cool. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh no, thank you for your service. Hey, follow him, follow his daughter. They not gonna trust y'all. So Talos, once again, shout out to my man Talos, but my man's got his whole pie in the sky idea. I don't know what country he think this was, but the US ain't finna work like that. It is not going to work like that at all. Like, I don't know what this man was thinking. And what happened? His daughter was like, yeah, that's stupid. Bye. And she just left because she was like, yo, don't you want to live in your own skin? Don't you want to be like, yo? And the thing is, I thought it was really interesting that they had this conversation, because one thing that they were talking about was like, yo, what does it really mean to be a Skrull, right? And you have these two conflicting ideas. One is I think Talos is probably a little bit more progressive in this case, while Gaia's probably a little bit more conservative. And Talos is like, look, we are a nomadic people, and wherever we go, whatever culture, race, species that we assimilate, we have to depend on our hosts. That's the way their people live. And she's like, yo, I ain't with none of that, because the other part of our culture is being able to live in our own skin. Skrulls first. Okay. We want to be out there and we want to raw dog the air with our green skin. That's what we want to do. So it's interesting to have these two conflicting cultural, societal perspectives within these alien races, because, and I can't blame them, like, maybe it is a little tiring, even though this is what their species is like adapted to. Maybe it is tiring having to adapt to a whole nother species and live a whole nother way of life and a whole nother culture, when you could just be yourself. Why wouldn't you want to be yourself? Like, why you got to be code switching? Why you got to be assimilating? Like, it's an asset for them for sure to survive, But I understand where they coming from. I understand where she coming from. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. Who do y'all think had a better point? Do you think that like Gaia was on point with like, yo, just live in your own skin? Or do you think Talos was like, yo, like we could live just fine. We just got to make some accommodations. And we've been doing this. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. But let me grab this comment from a man, Nelson. What you got? What's the relationship between Scrody and Gravik? I think that Scrody was working under Gravik. Because keep in mind, all the Skrulls were on the same team. Everyone was on the same team. The only people that really have defected have been Talos, the other lady that was on the council with them that didn't want to bow to Gravik. But everybody, all the Skrulls have been pretty much on the same team. But they kicked Talos out because they didn't believe like his goal, his alliance with the humans was beneficial. They've been working for them for 30 years, remember? And they still haven't had their own place. And in the meantime, their numbers have only been growing all this time. So Gravik was like, oh, okay, cool. He came with a more populist message where he was like, yo, the old way was not working. Let's go with my way. You know, he came with a more authoritarian type of perspective, like, yo, make me the head, give me all the power. I'll be the strong man. I'll get y'all this. Yeah, it's gonna take a little war and violence, but whatever, we gonna have a home. So people was like, yo, build that home, build that home. You know, that's it. So I think Scrody was pretty much just another henchman for Gravik in that case. Let's see. Thank you for that, Nelson. I appreciate you. All right, now we go back to the home. We go back to the Fury Casa, and this was where Priscilla comes home and she found that Nick left his ring, but he still is actually home. Now, keep in mind they had their own little rule that like whenever Nick Fury comes home, he gotta wear that ring, right? Look, that's their rule. That's for them to kind of represent that Nick Fury and her are still married and all of that. So the fact that he left that ring on the table, that's a scary sign. That's a scary sign. But it also says here, when he starts talking to her, and this is the scene I was talking about. This is the scene I love. Clearly, she was not aware that he was spying on her. She did not know that. And he don't trust his alien wife at all. But yo, when my man said that she was his greatest mistake, woo, my goodness, yo, this scene right here between these two was great television. And shout out to my man Sam Jackson, because my man put some acting chops. He put that out there. And I love the fact that he was like, yo, I lost the reason to be your husband. But he said, I don't know if I do anything different. Oh, kudos to the writers, because that right there is the pure definition of love makes you do crazy things. Okay? Because when you love somebody, when you really love somebody, boy, you're going to do some dumb, stupid, crazy stuff that later on you're going to be like, who the hell was I back then? Or maybe you'll be like, you know what? I'll do it again. So I love this scene right here because it's so telling of how tumultuous this relationship is, where you literally have your wife. This is some Mr. and Mrs. Smith type stuff. You literally have your alien wife out here talking to the ops. She part of the ops, and she's literally planning to kill you. And then y'all go ahead and put the guns on the table. Y'all put the guns on the table, ready to just do what y'all got to do. But before you do that, you got to get a story of how, she came about this face, and I like the fact that he just wanted to know. And, she ends up telling the story of like how Dr. Priscilla, basically was dying of a heart defect. And, she was, but Priscilla was looking for someone who was going to kind of slip Nick Fury's defenses. And it was interesting because that means like going all the way back. What was it? All the way back, back to not even 2012, but like back to 98 or whatever. She had been planning to like really, take him down. Now, maybe along the way, she started to love him. And I think that's where this scene makes more of a difference. So back in 98 or whatever, she probably was there to like lower his defenses. But around here, this is where she started to be like, you know what? My man is ready to go fight for the world. I like that. And I think this is where she might have made that turn. But as she started giving us more information, she talked about how the human that she did take this identity from, they were dying. And the Skrull just came straight out, was like, yo, about that life you got, can I have it? Can I have it? And she was like, look, you got 3 rules if you gonna take my life. Okay, you got 3 rules. 1, you got to bury me at the sea with my ancestors where they jumped off the boats, just like Killmonger. 2, you got to be a daughter to my parents. And 3, you can never hurt Nick Fury. And again, she said this because of the story that she told about Nick Fury. So she told this dying woman the love story between her and Fury. And those were the 3 rules that she ended up giving to her. So that was that. But here's the thing. Let me ask y'all this. If you were dying, God forbid y'all are, but if you were, and you had some alien Skrull come up to you and was like, yo, can I have your life? Would y'all make the decision to let this alien who has all your memories, who acts like you, looks like you, all of that, would you let them live your life? Would you give them permission? Now, while y'all answer that and while y'all go through that, if you want a movie recommendation that's similar to this, and shout out to anybody that's already seen this, I would highly recommend to watch the movie Swan Song, okay? Swan Song, starring Mahershala Ali, aka Blade. And I'm mad that a lot of people have not seen this movie. It has gone under the radar. This was like his first leading role, even though he a 2-time Oscar winner. Go watch Swan Song, and it deals with a similar question. Good movie. I would recommend it. Go check it out. But it did get me thinking, because I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, like, death hurts. And if you could spare your family the grief or whatever, maybe, I don't know. But either way, y'all let me know what you would do if you was in that situation. I don't know. Like, for me, I'm gonna just say it depends. It really depends, because I'm gonna be like, yo, if I know I'm dying and my family is not taken care of, yes, please go take care of my family. Like, if I do it, I'm gonna have to do it for my family, right? But if I know everything is taken care of and all that, I'll be like, hell no, you can't take my life. No, go take somebody else's. Get somebody else to do it. Remember that? Like, yo, get somebody else to do it. Not me. But anyway, y'all let me know what you think down there. But anyway, so they pulling these guns out. They ready to go at it. And I love this scene. This was so good. They just go ahead, pull them triggers. They pull the triggers. And apparently they both miss. Yes, they both miss. And I love what Fury said. He was like, look, I don't know what this means. Like, do we get a divorce or do we need to renew our vows? And I love the fact that was that he said that. I thought that was beautiful. And it just, again, shows the level and depths of their relationship here, that clearly they do love each other. And we saw elements of that earlier. She is a double agent here. Yes, she was given the task to kill this man, but at the same time she was like, let's leave him be. She tried to spare him, right? So she definitely does love him, and obviously he loves her. And you know, this is where we probably get one of the dopest lines in the entire series. I don't know, but she asked him straight up, like, yo, would you have fallen in love? Would you have been in love with me if I had never changed? If I stayed green? If I just kept it 100? If I had been my true self? And Nick Fury walks away, and I cannot believe this man did this. But he actually went, and I believe this man hit her with the Kanye. Like, you could have never, I never would have guessed that he would have done this. What did he say? Hold on, because I know he hit her with the Kanye. Yeah, she was like, "Oh, would you keep it? Will we be the same? Would you love me forever?" And he was just like,
I guess we'll never know.
Like, just like that. I guess we'll never know. I guess we'll never know. And look at her. Look at her face. He just left. Look at her. And she got to think about that. Where do you go with this relationship? Where do you go? Where do you go with this? Because I know we was talking about this before. When we first found out that Fury was hitting them green cheeks, we knew that this was like, yo, this could be a very beneficial situation. Okay, you got a whole shapeshifter for a spouse. Hey, maybe one day you got Beyonce, maybe one day you got, you know, Halle Berry. I don't know, whoever. Hey, whatever they do in their bedroom is up to them. But now she asked a real question. She asked a real question. If I kept it green, would you stay? And my man literally was like, oh. Woo! Listen, let me just say this though. Hell no. Hell no, if you stay green, we ain't staying together. I don't care how deep in love. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something. Have y'all seen Skrulls lately? Have y'all seen them? Look at this right here. Look at this right here. First of all, you got ears like an elf, looking like a demon. You got big old dilated eyeballs. Okay. I don't know what's going on with your skin. Is it wrinkled? You're looking like a cucumber sometimes. I don't know if you're ripe or not. And then look at them damn teeth. Look at the teeth. I don't know if no kids are watching, so I'm gonna be cool about this. You not gonna touch me nowhere with them chompers. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm supposed to love this? Jaw face? What? Hell no. Let me tell you something. Regular teeth can be a problem. Okay? You know, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Regular teeth can be a problem. And y'all want me to love on this if I'm Nick Fury? Hell no. Hell no. And here's the thing. This Skrull right here, definitely, I say this Skrull looked better than the way that how she was looking when she turned. Okay, because she had like these bumps and lumps and all this other stuff on her face. Listen, I don't care about Skrull beauty standards. I will be racist in this case, or speciesist. Y'all ugly. Okay, y'all ugly. Listen, maybe in 1,000 years, if humans and Skrulls can live together, y'all live in your own skin. Maybe. Okay, so listen, I know somebody freaky deaky enough to mess with some Skrulls in their pure form. I know somebody gonna do it, but it ain't gonna be me. Okay, it would never be me on the just no, I couldn't do it. Anyway, if y'all get down with this, y'all let me know. Because and I'm not gonna knock you. If y'all cool If y'all cool with these grinded grilled teeth, good luck. Okay, good luck. I can't do it, but good luck to y'all. Woo, Lord Jesus. No. I could not. No. No. Ooh, just make me hurt just thinking about it. Good morning, dear. Ugh, Jaws, get away. Anyway, let's get these comments real quick. Eric, what you got? The lady who runs MI6, Sonia, on the council is Gaia's mom. You don't kill a character like that off camera. Watch. Oh, is that? Do we know that that's her mom? Do we? I don't know if that is the mom, because I thought the mom was dead. But if that is that, okay, I'll go with that. I didn't think it was. I thought she literally died. But okay, cool. Thank you so much for that. Let's see, Marriage, Politics, and Sports. Swan Song, good movie. Absolutely. Definitely go check that out. I'm telling y'all, it's solid. You know what? Swan Song is kind of like, if you like Black Mirror, it's literally right up your alley there. Like, if you like what Black Mirror does, that's what Swan Song is. It's like that slightly futuristic type of movie that is I think for pure sci-fi lovers, but it doesn't get so crazy that it might tune people out. It's something very pragmatic and realistic, I think, for what it does. But and of course Mahershala Ali is fantastic in the two. Kiki, what you got? E-Man said, even if I was Steve, I wonder, or Ray Charles, it's a hell no. Let me tell you something. I'd be checking that pulse. Okay. If I check that pulse and you got them Skrull mumps, you got them Skrull moles on your wrist, no sir, no ma'am. Can't do it. Not I. Okay, I'm gonna be like, nope. Not me. Thank you so much, Kiki. I appreciate you. Friggers Belt, what you got? Evening all. I'm Asgardian, so we like diversity. That's all you. That's all you, my dear. Go ahead. That's fine with me. If that's what floats your boat, cool with me. Thank you so much, Frigger. I appreciate you. Let's see. Okay, speaking of Skrulls and being all nasty and stuff, boy, this Skrull was having a good old time. Woo, look at Scrody. Scrody was out here just having a good old herbal essence commercial. You know, I know some of y'all kind of young, probably forgot about them herbal essence commercials. But man, oh man, she was in it. Here we go. But yo, she was feeling herself. Literally feeling herself. Like she was like, yo. But I think that what this was just an expression of what we've seen before, which is they want to be in their own skin. Now I know a lot of y'all got y'all mind in the gutter already. Stop it, you big nasties. Okay, stop trying to go looking for those Skrull XX. Stop it. Don't do it. She was in the moment, being in her own skin, not having to be another human or whatever. That's what that moment was. I know some of y'all was nasty. Y'all ain't got to pretend. I can't believe y'all was thinking that way. But anyway, we do get to the very anticlimactic reveal that Rhodey is actually a Skrull. And he goes ahead, or she, I don't know. I'm confused at this point. But they go ahead and transform. And then, of course, once Rhodey comes out, sits here and finds out that, Fury was just sitting there chilling the whole time, just sitting there chilling, and says like, yo, let's squash this beef. I know that we got off on the wrong foot last time. And he even goes ahead and says like, yo, let's get some of this pappy, let's drink. And he goes and tells him this secret. And he was like, look, hey, there's Skrulls in the government. Okay, like it's a big old secret. It's Skrulls in the government, and y'all look at Rhodey's Scrody's face. I thought it was hilarious because Scrody the whole time was like, "Is there poison in this?" and was feeling real bad, real suspect. And it was so funny because, of course, Nick was like, "What? Like poison?" Hell no, I ain't poison. Now you do have to worry about nano trackers though, And he was like, I don't know, I don't know. But I loved it because Fury was like, yo, all I need you to do is just give me my job back. That's all I need. Just give me my job back. You know what I'm saying? And we can get through this. Cause all these Skrulls are in the government, and we gotta stick together again. And of course, Rhodey was like, he hit him with the one more time. We gotta stick together. Hold on, let me finish my drink real quick, because this is some crazy stuff. By the way, did y'all peep? The second he took his drink, Fury was like, ah, ah, that was real slick. He got him with that. But Scrody was like, yeah, about you getting your job back. Hell no, you ain't getting your job back. Look at all this beautiful beam footage we got of you killing Maria Hill like that. And I got all these copies. You know what I'm saying? I already sold the DVDs. Like, ain't no way you about to do this. And if you even talk about this, we burying you. Okay, it's done for. So you can go ahead, miss me with all of this, and get out of here. And Fury was like, damn, it's like that. He was like, it's like that, brother. And yeah, that was it. Fury packed up, left. Scrody went ahead, got him an extra drink. And of course, this is where we found out, got your dumb self, because boom, he hit him with the liquid nano trackers once again. Fury is 10 steps ahead. And this is why I'm saying Fury has not lost a step. My man is still ever so capable. No Skrulls needed. Okay. So for anybody that was doubting whether Nick Fury was down a peg or not, my man has stayed playing, folks, this whole time. And if you did not catch it, I love the fact that he was deceiving with the truth. Okay. He didn't have to lie to him. This whole time, my man was putting on, he was acting. This is like second degree acting, fourth level acting. I don't know. Acting to the 10th degree. The fact that Nick Fury is one of the best actors in the MCU is amazing. And I love it. He fooled this Skrull whose whole livelihood, whose whole being is to deceive other people. The fact that Nick Fury can deceive the other Skrulls is amazing, and it's a great way to elevate his character. So shout out to Nick for having this prep time superpower that Batman would have to crave himself, because this was a great move on his part. But now we move forward and we see that Scrody is working with the president. Of course, we saw that he was his right-hand man. And he was saying, basically he's kind of egging the president on to be like, yo, you got to be tough. You got to be strong when it comes to the Russians. You can't back down. And he's, again, softly but surely pushing the president forward so that they can go and get into this war. And the president was like, okay, that's cool. We got you. But real quick, your breath stank. So I just want to let you know your breath stank real bad, and I'm gonna need you to take care of that. Go ahead and get you a Mentos. You know what I'm saying? Like go get you a Trident, something. Cause boy, go get you some coffee. That breath is kicking. Okay, it's kicking like Shang-Chi right now. So anyway, they go ahead, they leave. They're going on their detail, and what happens, of course, Scrody's got to get to snitching. Immediately puts that call in to Gravik. This goes back to Nelson, your question about what is the relationship. Well, Scrody is definitely working under Gravik, and this is where we get probably the most action that we've gotten so far, and I loved every minute of this. This was so cool. They got the president in a compromised position. We got like all this chaos going on, bombs, gunfire, the weapons are coming out. Whole time Scrody just chilling, didn't even blink, just chilling the whole time, because they know what's happening. They know what the deal is. And then of course Nick Fury comes through. He's shooting down helicopters and stuff. Yo, this is like that Winter Soldier action right now. Like, remember that whole car scene and the gunfight? Like, this is high level I think, for a TV show to give us this much action like this. And we even see Gravik using some of his group powers that he got. So clearly he is already on Super Skrull level. But then we see that Talos is out here really trying to save the president. And again, I think this speaks volumes to his character, right? And he is going through the most right now just to try to save the president because he wants to really distinguish himself and the other good Skrulls from the bad Skrulls. We saw here one of the military folks, they saw what was going on with Gravik at this time, or with Talos. Gravik gives the order to shoot at Talos. He gets shot in his arm. And as we see here, when the Skrull is wounded, it really compromises their ability to maintain their form. But this does not stop him at all. He continues to keep pounding so that Nick can free the president at this point. But of course, we saw that he lost that battle. You know, he is not able to hold his form for long at all. So, as Nick Fury is taking the president back to safety, the other officer is carrying Talos, but we just found out that was not the other military officer at all. It was actually Gravik. And man, he went ahead and shanked Talos. Boy, when I tell you, this rocked Fury like no other. Fury is shooting at Gravik, and it means nothing because he's got the extremis in him. He is out here healing up. He escapes. But y'all, look at the face of Fury at this point. You could see the pain, you could see the hurt to see his brother in arms, his brother of 30 years just gone, and he has to make this decision to save the president of the United States or to stay with his brother. And he couldn't even stay with his brother Talos. He had to go. Talos is gone. And I love this shot. Let me take this off because I love this shot right here. You got all this war going. You got that light shining on Talos. This man literally was about that life. This man literally cared about humanity and the peace between Skrulls more than anyone else and was willing to give his life for that. And he's gone. He dead. He dead. Man, now I'm going to say this. I really hope that this was not another fake out. I really hope that, not that I like the fact that Talos is gone. I like Talos a lot. But I hope that this is not another fake out like we just got with Gaia. Because now, if you keep telling me that all these deaths don't mean anything, it's going to take away that punch. If we find out Maria Hill didn't really die, that's going to take away a little bit of that punch. If you tell me that Talos didn't really die, that's going to take out a lot of that punch. And let me tell you why. One of the biggest reasons why is because right now, this boy Gravik is a whole menace. Okay? This dude right now is becoming one of the best villains in the MCU for an individual character. Okay? This guy is going through the lengths, he is going through every mean to make sure Fury suffers. He is killing people that are the closest to Fury right now. And if you keep taking that away by showing that, oh yeah, all these people that really meant something to him, they really alive, I'm saying it's going to kind of sort of compromise just all this work that you building into making Gravik a real villain. I'm just like, I'm not going to be surprised if all these people still live. I'm just saying, like, yo, y'all have an opportunity to make a villain a real villain. because a villain ain't a villain unless their bite can be felt. If they unless the wound that they leave takes a long time to heal. Okay, look at Killmonger. Not Killmonger. Look at Thanos. Thanos wiped out half of the people. Even when half of those people came back, the impact still lingered. Actually, you can look at Killmonger. Killmonger came and jacked up Wakanda like no one has ever done before. And what happened? Even when Killmonger was gone, his presence was still felt. Look at Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo, he the reason why the Avengers were jacked up. So like again, if you're gonna make a villain, let the villain have actual consequences that can be felt. And if all the people, because right now the biggest things outside of the public bombing that Gravik did, the biggest things for Nick Fury for the MCU is the fact that Gravik is going through and he's killing all these people that are close to him. So y'all know if this pattern is true, the next person that is going to be on Gravik's list, it's going to be Priscilla. Y'all know that's going to happen. The next episode, he's going to have to come after Priscilla and he going to make Nick watch. Because that's been the pattern so far. That's been the pattern. But anyway, y'all let me know. How did you feel about this episode? Wait, we got a couple comments. Let me grab them real quick. Frigga, I never told Odin this, but his first husband was a Kree warlord. Of course. But your first husband was one. Of course, he can't talk. He used to date the Phoenix Force. Wow. Listen, I ain't finna get into none of y'all business. However to get down to Asgard is how to get down to Asgard. So I understand it. Okay, that is y'all business. Thank you so much, Frigga. Let's see, Roger, what you got? Rhodey needed Stark's prosthetic to help him walk in Infinity War, and Falcon and Winter Soldier, he was in his Air Force uniform with no braces and walked with no limp. Rhodey changed to Scrody in between those times. That's possible, maybe. And that's a very good thing to kind of bring up. Thank you, by the way, for that contribution. When was Rhodey a Skrull? I don't know. I don't know if we have anything definitive to really point to when Rhodey was a Skrull. Mainly because it could have happened during the blip. It could have happened after the blip. It could have been, I don't know, maybe when Terrence Howard got flipped out and they said, next time, baby. Maybe that's what, because keep in mind, the Skrulls have been here since 1995. 98 is when they started working. So, and I want to say when Rhodey said he found out about the Skrulls, it was in a program in 2010. So there are so many different points in time where maybe Rhodey could have came in. We don't know if maybe he was wearing a brace under his suit, under his clothing. Maybe there was some. Listen, Rhodey also went to Wakanda. Maybe they helped him in Wakanda. I don't know. Right? Like, for all we know, they helped out Ross. Maybe they was like, yo, brother, thanks for helping us during this war. We'll help you with your back. Maybe there's so many different possibilities that for me, it's too hard to kind of come down and say, this is the point or this is what it is. I have to go back and look, but a lot of different things could be the case. But we just gonna have to speculate until maybe they finally give us a more definitive answer as to when Rhodey actually was simulated and captured or whatnot. But thank you so much for that. Talented one, what you got? I'm about an hour and 15 minutes behind watching, but welcome back, bro. Diet Replay Gang adjacent. Thank you so much, Talented one, for the contribution. And shout out to the Replay Gang for sure. Kid Mello, what you got? This show is dope as AF. Yes, I'm here for all the smoke. I love Nick Fury, and Gravik is a whole problem, all love. Thank you so much for that. And yes, my man is a menace right now. He is a problem, and this is what I want from my villains. I don't want no villains that are only here about talk. I want them to be about that action. And right now, Gravik is getting up on that list of being one of the best. He's getting on that list for being in the, I wouldn't say he's I don't know. I gotta wait until this series is over. But if he does any more damage, and if it gets real bad, he could go up there in the top 5 for MCU villains. He might. He might. We'll have to wait and see. But my man is causing Nick Fury some real problems. And that's all he's got to do. That's his only job. Chris, what you got? Captain Kirk would love that Skrull female in her skin. Listen, Captain Kirk did not care at all. Shoot, not even Captain Kirk. We ain't got to go that far. We could have gone to my man Star-Lord. Star-Lord like them green cheeks too. He don't discriminate. Look, he like them green. He like them extra pink. You know, he did not care. Green, pink, blue, yellow, whatever. Okay, Star-Lord was hitting it all across the board. But anyway, my fault. I had asked y'all this too early, so let me ask again. So if you did give me a rating, let me just give it to me one more time. Let me know, what are y'all giving episode 4 for this episode on a scale from 1 to 10, just so I could see where y'all are at. But my God, yo, the action here, fantastic. The villainy, I love. The acting, so good. The writing, so good. Was there anything I didn't like? Was there any? I don't know if there was anything I didn't like. The only thing I didn't like was just the fact that they could have done the Rhodey thing a little bit better. But the conversation between Sam and Rhodey, with Nick and Rhodey, I like that again too. That every time Don Cheadle and Sam Jackson need to have more scenes together. I don't know what the hell the MCU has been waiting on. This has been gold. What is wrong with y'all? Like, this has been gold to let these two quality actors just now start talking to each other. Come on now. Anyway, I think I'm about to give this episode a 9.5. If Talos is really dead, if he's really dead, I'm gonna give this a 9.5. If he's not really dead and they fool us or whatever, I'm gonna give it a 9. So that's what I'm gonna kind of teeter on right now. If you tell me that the stakes are real, that Talos is really dead, and that his daughter didn't just happen to give him an injection and now he's a super Skrull or some nonsense like that, I'm gonna give it a 9.5, because the fact that this guy meant so much to the main character and we've seen them fight together, and that loss means a lot. So if that death is real, 9.5. If it's not, I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. All right, let's see where the people land with this though. Let's see. We'll go with a 10, 9, 6.5. Oh my, 7.5. Really? Okay, 8, 9, 8. You know what? This episode was short. I will say this was one of the shortest episodes for sure. But you know what? This still kind of gave us some meat, though. I think I'm okay with it. They gave us some meat to chew on. 9, 8.5. Okay, 10, 9.5, 9.5, 8. Okay, 8, 9, 9.5, 10, 8.5, 8.5, 9, 9. Okay, 8. All right. 8.5, 8.5, 9.23, 8.5. All right. 8, 9. Okay. Damn, a 6. Okay. 9.5, 9, 11. Wait. Let's get that 11. Okay. 9. All right. 7, 9.3, 10, 9, 10, 9, 8.9, 9, 9.5. What do I got? I got a couple more. 9.5, 9.5, 10, 9.5. Okay, 9.5. Let's see. Okay, I think we're caught up. 10, 10, and 8. Okay. All right. Listen, guys, I think we like this episode. I think this definitely was one of the best episodes of the series so far. Like I said before in the jump, if they can find a way to make the next 2 episodes, I think if the next 2 episodes can be an 8 out of 10 and above, you got probably the best series in the MCU so far. Like, for me, that's saying that you're going to be better than Loki and WandaVision, because I got WandaVision as number one. I don't believe WandaVision had any episodes that missed for me. Loki is one of the best ones, but it had that one episode. I think it was episode 3, 4, when they were stuck on the planet for a while. That episode missed for me. That was boring. But everything else with Loki was fine. So all Secret Invasion needs to do, if they don't miss, if these next 2 episodes don't miss, that's going to go above Loki for me. And depending on how they deliver the last 2 episodes, now you got to let me know, are you better than WandaVision or not? Because WandaVision is still my number one. So right now, this is approaching, I want to say right now, it's at my number 4, because I still got What If right there under Loki, and it's above Secret Invasion. But Secret Invasion right now is climbing my ladder quickly. But anyway, y'all, thank you so much for taking the time. Like I said, this was a double feature, so we had to do 3 and 4. I couldn't leave y'all hanging like that. I had to get back on the vacation after the vacation grind. Once again, I will be back on Friday. We will be talking about the news in the week. There was a lot of news that happened. I'm gonna go through all the news from the week before and this week and get us all caught up. But by the way, y'all let me know, what do y'all think is going to happen in the next episode? Do y'all think Talos's death is real? Do y'all think something is going to happen where maybe he gets saved? I forgot to mention, this could go a long way to accomplishing Talos's dream, because he did save the president as an alien. That might do something. I don't know. But y'all let me know what y'all think. And again, stay tuned for Friday. Same place, same, YouTube channel, all of that good stuff. Make sure you're subscribed if you have not been already. And the routine, wash your hands, wash your butts. Have a good rest of the week if I don't see y'all. But otherwise, I will see y'all on Friday so we can get through this movie news and TV stuff. And until next time, y'all, I will see y'all later. Peace.